Coming up on Basin Life, summer is around the corner. We will take you to a place where your kids can learn, stay active, and have fun. One local athlete and coach is advocating for inclusion sports in our community. Plus, he's encouraging others with his Motivation Monday posts. And fresh flowers brighten up any space. Today, we are learning how to turn that plain dozen roses into a beautiful bouquet that will make you look like a pro. Plus, we are honoring seniors of the Permian High School Choir. I'm Krista Escamilla, and this is Basin Life. Hello, everyone, and happy almost summer. I don't know about all of you, but it seems like it's been really busy the past couple of weeks. So I hope you are taking some time for yourself today, and this day is treating you well. I am so excited that summer's almost here. And if you're a busy mom like I am, you're thinking, what can I do with my kids for the summer? Well, we have so many amazing parks here in West Texas. Midland has Opportunity Park. Of course, one of our family favorites, the Monaghan Sandhill State Park. And Odessa has McKinney Splash Park. And where am I standing today? Yes, in beautiful downtown Midland at Centennial Park. Of course, if it's too hot outside, take it inside to the FunZone.
Hello, my name is John Norman, and I am owner and CEO of Norman Elite, home of the FunZone. The FunZone is a place that we kind of created here in my gym. In my gym, I have some space for training, where I do my training, and we have some other space that we need to put some use to, and we figured there's nothing like what we have here in Midland. You know, you have the trampoline park and stuff like that in Odessa, but in Midland we don't have anything to this nature. And so we have jumpers, we have video games, we have air hockey, we have interactive games, all kinds of things, video games and books to read, all that type of stuff. And you know, the FunZone is, we do it every Friday, and we'll be opening up more days in the summer. But every Friday from 5 to 9, you drop your kids off and you go on your dates or just go home and go to sleep. Well, I think it's important because it gives everyone a safe place of solace. You know, being cooped up in the house all day, especially coming off of quarantine through COVID and all of those types of things, being able to get out somewhere, even though it's still indoors, but it's cool in here because it's hot outside right now. But even though it's indoors, you know, it's a place where the kids can just let loose, you know, get away from the video games sometimes and just run around. They play tag and laser tag and all of that type of stuff out here. And so I think it's just a good place to let loose, and then also for the parents, it gives them an opportunity to have a break, you know, have a break from the kids, and knowing that they're in a safe place, and they come back and get them later on, and get back to life as normal, as we call it, I guess. Right now, we rent this space out for birthday parties, just private parties, so you have the entire space to yourselves. So we've already done that, and we're going to be promoting more of those, especially in the summertime. And I'm also going to be, you know, renting the jumpers and inflatables out, you know, mobilely, you know, where I'll be able to take them to a location and rent those out to people who have parties at their home. So that's the plan right now, is to expand that way. I do the training, and we have anywhere from 30 to 100 kids running through here daily. and so I train kids. We have small groups where we train, and then you know, it's just a time where they can still be with each other, still have that bond with each other, and then play around though, you know. So you know, it's some kids that you know, that they've seen each other outside of this, and then they come to this, but neither one of them knew that they were coming. They was like, oh, wait, I didn't know you came here as well, you know. So I think it's a great safe space for kids to come and have a good time. Like I said, we have concession stands for them. We also provide pizza, free pizza every night that we have Fun Fridays, and you know, it's just an overall fun place for them to come and just let loose. I have some regulars that have been coming since the first day, we got people that come back all the time, and we're getting new people as well. So it's just growing and growing, and I'm excited about it. It is $10 per kid every night that we have it. Sometimes we'll do discounts and stuff like that, but the normal price is $10 per night. So I think that's real affordable, than a lot of other places that people go, and they can check it out, the prices and everything on my website for parties and stuff like that, and they'll be able to see the prices and everything on there, and I think they're very affordable as well.
Oh, that looked like such a blast. Thank you so much, John. Can adults go too? I hope so. For more information, go to normanelite.com. In today's Heart of the Basin, we take you to Odessa to meet an outstanding athlete and coach who is teaching others about disability adaptive inclusion.
Hey guys, I'm Adam Lucio, tennis director at Odessa College and unit director at the Headley Boys and Girls Club of West Odessa. I'm also an aspiring adaptive para-triathlete. I do everything out of my wheelchair, and I kind of on my own journey, encouraging everybody else that they can do anything they want to with the right mindset. Born and bred Odessa native, I've lived here all my life. At the early age of 5 months old, I was in a car accident. So I've been left in a wheelchair all my life. So a lot of people see that as confined or maybe, restricted in ways, but I feel like it's a tool for me, and I used it to chase all my goals regardless. And I do, again, like I hold a lot of hats around the city, around the community, but I wouldn't have it any other way, disability or not. I feel like it's my goal to give back. I take pride in being able to coach everybody. I do that here at the college. I've been here since 2013. Odessa College is a wonderful community, and they've been nothing but welcoming to me despite my circumstances. They've always seen my vision and seen what I'm capable of. And I've worked with a huge demographic of clients, older clients, younger clients, some blind people, and that I've worked with, and they each have their own impediment, but it's not so much visible like mine, but everybody has something that they have to work through. So it makes this almost even or equal at one point, We all have our own barriers that we have to work towards and work through, but it's not so much physical as it is mental. Like once you realize and sit back that everybody's going through their own struggle, it makes yours a little bit easier, and it makes your load a little bit lighter because other people may be going through something worse. Like motivation is just a mood that changes like anything else. You can be motivated, to get up and work out one morning, but then the next day it might not be the same. You know what I mean? You might be a little bit sleepy or something. But I feel like motivating is a mood, but it's the act of wanting to leave a legacy. I feel like there's something that I want to leave here as far as in the community, and it's bigger than just myself. I feel like it's a ripple effect that the one person I help could lead to them helping someone else, and then helping else and leading to a very, very bigger scheme, And I feel like that's what I'm chasing. I want to show everybody that they can do whatever they want to despite their circumstances if they have the right mindset. I'm actually in my NELC program, is nonprofit executive leadership class. And I'm starting that, which is in Midland. They're a great community, great group that I'm proud to be a part of. And I'm finishing that class. I'm set to graduate in May, so I have my certificate to be an executive for a nonprofit. And then I desire to start the AMPASA project, which would be, AMPASA means adapt. And again, teaching everybody that they can adapt to their circumstances, whether it's disability, maybe incarceration, getting out and adapting to normal everyday life, or maybe it's the military. Maybe they're coming out and it's hard for those guys to live the same life that they were, the same lifestyle, so they need to adapt to just being a civilian. And I want to be able to help those demographics in every way I can. One of the big narratives of my mission is to change the stereotypes and the stigma of people in wheelchairs and people with disabilities. It's a huge misconception that we're not able to do as many things as other people can, whether it's because we're not physically able or because we look like we might have cognitive disabilities, but that's not the case. Everybody has different levels of injuries, and we should all get an equal right to do whatever we want to do. And we shouldn't see our perception and the way we look shouldn't be what's at the checklist at the beginning of the gate. You know what I mean? They shouldn't write us off because of how we look. And I think right now, with all the hot topics that are going around with I guess racism, and then there's genderism, all these different things that are fighting for, but nobody really fights for ableism, and nobody fights for people who are in my circumstances that have been fighting for equality for years, and we don't get that same kind of treatment. There's a whole bunch of I guess places in town that still aren't accessible for us. There's a lot of things that people don't notice until they're unfortunately in our shoes, and I feel like that can be preventative. We can shed some light on that, and we can make some steps for the future. And there's 17,000 people a year that are injured with spinal cord injuries just in America. And it's unfortunate that nobody talks about it until it happens to them. And I feel like we can change that. I get a lot of compliments of those races. You're such an inspiration, you're so inspiring, which it's flattering, but until you tell me what I inspired you to do, those are empty words. I love those words, I love those words of encouragement, but also I want you to do something with yourself. I want to be an inspiration, but I want you to be inspired to do something. So don't just tell me I'm inspiring or I'm motivating, and then flip your thumb and then go watch something else and some funny videos and then just walk it off, right? I want you to go do something with what I inspire you and actually take it to heart and pay it forward.
Oh, thank you so much, Adam, for what you're doing. You must follow Adam Lucio on Instagram. He is so inspiring. You can also follow his hashtag. It's #AdaptAndAchieve. And if you know someone who has an interesting story, and we believe everyone does, email us at basinlife@basinpbs.org. Still to come, we are celebrating kids. But first, here's a look at another great quote to live by.
Hi, I'm Emily, your Basin PBS Membership Director. You might recognize my name from some of the letters you receive from Basin PBS, or if you've called the station, you've probably talked to me. Sure, you watch our programs and come to our events, but what actually happens if you don't support Basin PBS? What's the worst that could happen? Sure, things might change a little. There might be some cuts here and there. We'd probably have to get rid of some of the kids' programming and dramas, some of the news programs and live events, and probably a lot of the arts and culture programming you can't see anywhere else. But what does it really matter if you don't support Basin PBS? You'll hardly know the difference.
Next time on Antiques Roadshow, our experts weigh in on the treasures of some famous faces.
Gosh, I'm learning so much. The roadshow's so educational.
So how much would you say that's worth? Because I got a mortgage.
Let's face it, as a consumer, I'm clearly a chump.
We have to stay in touch with this guy, man. He knows everything.
There's more in store next time on Antiques Roadshow Celebrity Edition, Hour 4.
An American tradition continues.
Join me, Joe Mantegna,
and me, Gary Sinise,
for a special presentation of the National Memorial Day Concert with performances from around the country honoring all of our American heroes.
Featuring General Colin Powell, Gladys Knight, Vince Gill, Sarah Bareilles, Steve Buscemi, Mary McCormick, The Four Tops, Mickey Guyton, and Alan Jackson. The National Memorial Day Concert.
We are so excited for your best life today because we have Ed Salazar, who is the head designer of Black Tulip Design, with us to show us how to make a magical bouquet. Thank you so much for being with us today,
Thank you for having me.
This is exciting because this time of year, we have a lot going on, right? We have graduations, weddings are right around the corner, a lot of celebrations, and people will give you a dozen roses, but then what do you do with it next?
Well, if you get a dozen roses that is going to be already in a vase, the first thing you need to do is going to be change the water. You change the water.
Good
There's something that a lot of people don't remember. They receive a beautiful bouquet or a dozen of roses, and you just don't change the water. You think they're going to survive like that.
Right.
Well, we need to change the water on that. So that's one of the first things that you can do. Now, if you get just a single stems.
Right. What do you do next? Because I know I've seen beautiful designs, and I think, how do they get from this to that? And you're going to show us how to do that today.
Yes, we're going to show you. So pretty much if you just have some roses that are like this, now something that we always see is a lot of people are afraid of roses like this.
Okay.
Okay. They have pretty much a very frilled edge, you know, that it just looks like they're a little torn and everything. Don't get scared. That's just the nature of the rose.
Right.
This is more what you consider to be a garden rose.
Okay.
Now these ones are still pretty tight, so they haven't opened to the fullest. You have some roses that are something more like this.
Oh, that's beautiful.
That it's a lot more open. There's a technique that we use to kind of open them a little bit more.
Oh.
And we can show you that too.
Yes, show us. That'd be great.
One of the things is when you get your roses in like this, the first thing that you're going to do is put them in water so you can keep them while you're going to be designing. In this case, we just laid them in the table just for presentation.
Okay.
If you find a vase that you have at home, find a vase that you like, the first thing that you're going to do is add some water.
Okay.
So you can add some water.
And do you need a lot or little? Because I've seen both.
You know, on this particular time, we're just going to add a little bit of water, but
Okay.
you always want to keep as much water as possible in your vase.
Okay.
That way, if it starts, the roses are going to drink a lot of water. So if they drink a lot of water, keep adding water to it, just change the water.
Especially in West Texas. They're thirsty.
They're thirsty.
Those roses
We're all
are
thirsty in West Texas. Yeah. So let's say you get your roses.
Okay.
Okay. One thing that you can do, and if you just get some foliage or something like this, like some eucalyptus or some pittosporum like this one right here,
Okay.
we're just going to pretty much show you how to make what we call a hand tied and drop it into the vase.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So one thing that you can do is you can start with your foliage, and if you have a pair of scissors or clippers at home, you can just clip your foliage, and you're just going to make little pieces like this. If you notice, I'm using this little piece right here.
Okay.
Huh?
See, I thought you were going to use the other ones, but no, you're
We're
using that one.
gonna start with this one, and then we're gonna put a little accent with the eucalyptus in there.
Okay.
So I'm just pretty much just cleaning a little bit of the foliage in the stem, because you don't want a lot of the foliage to be inside the water, because it's gonna create a lot of bacteria, and that's gonna kill your roses faster.
Okay.
So we'll start with some pittosporum, and then you're gonna do some eucalyptus. The same thing with the eucalyptus. You can just grab little pieces like this.
You just grab this off your tree in the backyard? Do you have to buy this? Where do you get it?
You know, you can get it at your local florist.
Okay.
A lot of times we have a lot of customers that walk in and they're like, I just want, some stems to take home. And you can do that.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't have to be already designed or arranged into a vase. You can just buy the stems. So you do something like this.
That's pretty.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And then what you can do is you just grab your roses and you can start, and I'm creating like a little circle into my hand. And you're gonna start putting your roses in there.
Watch out for the thorns.
Watch out for the thorns.
Remember what Poison said, every rose has its thorns.
Exactly.
Did I just age myself a little bit?
And you can say that, or you can say every thorn has a rose.
Oh, I like it. I like it.
So there's,
you need to call Poison. They can rewrite the song right now.
So as I'm putting my roses in my hand, I'm still adding a little pieces of greenery in there. And you can kind of just see what it's doing. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And you start doing that, you start adding a little bit more greens. Now there's customers that like a very compact arrangement.
So the key is really just holding it here and into your hand and keeping that circle tight.
And keeping a circle pretty much, just doing something like this in your hand.
Okay.
And you can do something that it's all even, or you can do something what we call more airy. So you're gonna have some depth into the arrangement itself.
Okay.
Where some flowers are sunk in, some flowers are up, so you can do it however you feel that it's gonna look the best for you.
Fantastic.
And you just keep adding your roses.
Any certain number? I've heard odd numbers. You should do 3, 5, 7. Is that true, or is that just
Yes. So if there's different designs that are going to call to have more of an even number, and there's designs that are going to call for more of an odd number.
Okay.
So I myself like to do a lot of pairing whenever it's more of a vertical arrangement or something like that. It works best, but then you can accent with another element to create, your odd number on that. So.
Okay. Perfect.
And then you just keep adding your flowers, and you keep adding greens to it.
That's beautiful. And then the finishing touch, you told me the secret today is the rubber band.
Yes.
That is the secret.
The rubber band, I know a lot of us will have a rubber band around the house or something, or even just a little piece of twine or something that you can tie it with. Because that's going to make it a lot easier for you to just pull your flowers out and then change the water.
All right.
And add more water.
Ed, we're running out of time, so the last final touch would be rubber band?
The rubber band.
Okay.
So pretty much you're just going to grab your rubber band, go around the stem, go around, get it to clip in there. Pretty much
Clip the ends.
the ends. And it's gonna go inside your vase.
Oh, and look how beautiful that looks. Voila, that's gorgeous. Thank you, Ed.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
What is the one thing you want people to know about flowers and why they're so special and what it does for us in any occasion?
You know, it brings joy. It brings joy, and it just makes everyone happy in the sad moments and in the good moments. And they create memories.
Yes.
You know? It's the story that I was sharing with you a while ago. It just creates memories, and that's what we need in this world.
And that's what it's about. Well, thank you for sharing such wonderful joy in the Permian Basin. We appreciate it. Your flower arrangements are beautiful, and thank you for sharing your little tidbits that's going to help all of us at home the next time we get a dozen roses. We can make them look as beautiful as you, or we can just come to Black Tulip Design.
You can come to Black Tulip Design, yes, ma'am, and we're always there for you.
Ed, thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Thank you for having us.
We hope to have you back on the show and share another great little tidbit of information with the flower world. Thank you so much, Ed. We will be right back. But first, here's another great quote to live by. This week, we are celebrating a lot of kids. We take you to Odessa. Since the 1960s, the Permian High School choir and band has truly made mojo magic happen with award after award, dazzling performances, and the yearly Black Magic Show. Now, the students, they're learning more than performing. They are becoming caring, responsible, and skilled individuals who find fulfillment in lifelong learning and love of the arts. Today, we highlight their senior class of 2021.
Hi, my name is Alexis Allen. I'm a senior at Permian High School.
Hi, my name is Cassidy McQuarrie, and I'm a senior at Permian High School.
I'm really looking forward to taking my really first journey of self-discovery. I feel like college is a really good experimental period. College is a really good experimental period where you learn a lot about yourself, especially because you're not put under the pressure of everybody around you already knowing you and expecting things out of you. So I'm looking forward to that.
I'm looking forward to possibly moving and getting out of Odessa. Not that I don't love Odessa, it's just I would love to go and experience more things and travel and do more things than I have been doing. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
I'm planning on going to Belmont University in Nashville, Tennessee, and I want to major in commercial music.
And I think my goal is to possibly go to a junior college and get my basics out of the way, and then go to WT for music therapy and special needs studies.
I am very nervous about being on my own for the first time because I have a relatively large family, so I'm never alone ever in my life, and it's just weird to think about that I'll be without my parents and without my siblings and without my friends near me, so I'm very anxious to see what I'm like without the people that are supporting me here.
And I think I'm most nervous about just kind of being away from home because I never lived maybe 2 weeks by myself where it was just me, and I think I'm mostly nervous about that, and possibly not getting along with my roommate in college is something else I'm nervous about, but I think it's going to be a really good experience.
Well, I definitely want to do something with music, obviously, because I'm doing commercial music for my major, but I want to try to do production and maybe own my own studio, or even do stuff like what's becoming really popular now is doing stuff with just a MacBook and making your own music through that. And I just think it'd be really cool to be able to say I put my hands on something that goes out into the world and people love.
And honestly, I hope to accomplish, hopefully I accomplish helping kids through certain situations with my music therapy. I hope to help them with any mental or physical things that they're going through in life and that they just can't convey through talking, but they can convey through music. And whether it be writing or singing or playing an instrument, I just want to help kids the way that music helped me.
What a wonderful group of young adults. We wish them much success in the future. If you know someone who deserves to be showcased, please email us at basinlife@basinpbs.org, and they will be a part of our Celebrating Kids story. Oh, I just love showcasing all the great people here in West Texas who are sharing their gifts. We truly have an amazing group in our community, and we hope that you're enjoying it too. Remember to join us every Sunday at 1 p.m. on Basin PBS for Basin Life. You can also watch us on PBS Passport, Basin PBS's Facebook page, and our YouTube channel. And I hope that you'll connect with me on all the socials. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. It's easy to find me. Just put in @Krista Escamilla. A special thank you to all of our guests today on Basin Life. We hope that you will follow them and support them any way you can. A special thanks to John Norman with Norman Elite. Adam Lucio, you are amazing. Keep doing the good work. You are awesome, and follow him on Instagram. Plus Ed Salazar with Black Tulip Designs. Thanks for making us feel like an artist with flowers today. And by the way, Black Tulip has moved locations on Grandview and Odessa. Check them out at their new location. Well, we leave you today with the incredibly talented group of performers from the Permian High School Choir. Here's a song from their recent Black Magic show. This year's theme is Happily Ever After. We wish you all a happily ever after. Thanks for joining us. You make it a great day and have a wonderful week ahead.
Ma chérie, mademoiselle, it is with deepest pride and greatest pleasures that we welcome you tonight. And now we invite you to relax. Let us pull up the lights as Permian High School proudly presents the 2021 Roadshow Show, Happily Ever After. Be our guest, be our guest. Put our music to the test. Put your program in your lamp, chérie, and we'll provide the rest. Song and dance will entrance, while there's even some romance. You'll hear solos on piano once more. We've got a banjo.
We can sing, kind of dance. Just you wait, give us a chance. And a motor show is never second best. Go on, pull up your program, take a glance, and then you'll be our guest. Be our guest, be our guest. Hear us sing, watch us play, make you smile along the way.
We've prepared a show that's fun and entertainment cabaret.
You're all here, we're so glad. Hope our singing's not too bad. No one's gloomy or complaining
while Black Magic's entertaining. We tell jokes and do skits. You see us putting on the Ritz.
And it's all in perfect taste that you can pet.
Go on and lift your glass. You have your one-night pass to be our guest. If you're stressed, it's good music we suggest. Be our guest, be our guest, be our guest. It's a guest, it's a guest. Thanks live, we'll all be blessed. At the Actor, thank the Lord, they've had the whole place freshly dressed. Brand new stage, new marquee. Oh my dear, just wait and see. All these lights will keep us gleaming. We'll be shining, we'll be beaming. Dancing girls, hairy curls. Watch them leap and spin and twirl. Panther paws, they'll be with us throughout the show. Now let's switch keys again. Let's hear it for our band and be our guest.